Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, and welcome back to more Everlasting Summer. Last time, we found Shurik. He was really messed up, and let's go see the aftermath, see what's up. We ran into Sovionok here after our night's sleep, so let's talk to him. On my way to the wash stand, I met Electronic. He started to wave his hands and ran up to me. Good morning. Thank you for finding Shurik. Without him, I don't even... It's nothing. I was a bit embarrassed. No, really, don't be shy. The country must be proud of its heroes. Really? The country, or did it say county? Nope, country. And what about Shurik? How does he look this morning? Or how did he look this morning? Is he alright? After yesterday's craziness, I thought such a question was completely valid. Yes, absolutely. The only thing is that he can't remember anything. Can't he? I wasn't surprised at all. He said he went to the abandoned camp yesterday and then woke up in his bed in his bed in the morning. I mean, he remembers nothing between those two events. I see. Alright then. You missed breakfast, right? Come to our club. We'll feed you. I have something special. Electronic smiled in a conspiratorial way. Thanks. I'll come. Probably. I had to wash myself first anyway. We'll be waiting. He waved at me and left to carry out his own business. There was nobody near the washstands. The water turned out surprisingly warm today. It's been warmed up already, I guess. Having my face washed, I realized that it wouldn't be easy to wash the rest of my body here. Maybe I should go to the showers. Oh no, really? Don't think you can wash yourself in a sink? But since there's nobody here, I'll just turn the tap in such a way so the water is streamed parallel to the ground. Really? In a metal pipe? Okay. I started to take off my clothes. Really? Are you just that lazy? Just go to the showers, like right there. And what if somebody sees me? It's going to be a girl, of course, right? Well, just, odds are it's going to be a girl because, just straight numbers of people we're interacting with. Well, I'll rinse and dry myself quickly and put on my clothes. The water, which seemed warm on my hands and face, felt bone-chillingly cold on my body. The whole washing process took no longer than 10 seconds, and I started to wipe myself out quickly afterwards. But I didn't manage to finish anyway. There were voices coming in from the direction of the footpath. The only solution came to me in a split second. I grabbed my clothes and dashed into the bushes. Oh man, that's gonna be so awkward. Are the girls gonna start taking a shower, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh man, why are you in the bushes naked watching girls shower?" Oh man. Alright, a moment later, Alyssa and Ilyana appeared in the washstand. You could have done it by yourself. Why'd you bring me here? Is it a big deal for you? Fine, let me. I peered at them and noticed that they were both covered in red paint. What a surprise. I wonder how they managed that. Oh. Censored part. Alyssa opened the valve and started to rub Ilyana's back. Take off your bra. What if someone sees us? Oh, wow. What? Is there anything to see? Wait, what? Yeah, because he's making fun of you. You're small. She grinned. Okay, just be quick. It was true that there wasn't much to look at, but even so, I stared at the girls narrowly. It was a pity that they were standing with their backs to me. But you have Lena, man. What are you doing? A minute later, Alyssa managed to wash off all the paint. I'm done. Thanks. You're welcome. Alyssa replied lazily. Listen, let me try yours on. Okay. She pointed to Alyssa's bra. It wouldn't fit you for sure. Well, I'll try it anyway. But out here, there's nobody here, right? Ilyana looked my way and smiled archly. I was absolutely sure she couldn't see me in these bushes, but enough of this nonsense. Ilyana wasn't listening to her anymore, and she grabbed Alyssa's bra with a dexterous move instead. Now I have to confess, I had something to look at. I watched these two girls chase one another around the washstand with bated breath. Alyssa, I like how the music's yeah. Alyssa covered her breast with her hands so I could barely see anything at all. I leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling on the what? Oh, you leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling out of the bushes. Great! Alyssa and Ilyana stood frozen, staring at me. try to cover my nudity with my guilty face. Yep, who would have thought that would have happened? The tableau. I don't know what a tableau is, but okay. Lasted for a few seconds. Then Alyssa took her shirt and somehow put it on in an instant. Hey, look at that. You also had time to tie your little stomach knot thingy. You! Her face gone from red to purple. And you have a skirt on too, that's nice. It looked like she would explode in a nuclear blast any second. Well, I can jump in that bomb shelter then, that's nice. Conveniently placed. The only thing I wanted was to disintegrate into atoms and to get as far from the epicenter as possible. She got clothes too. Or clothed too. He was sitting there the whole time. So she noticed me then. You. And I accidentally, if you know what I mean, why do they, okay, so one, why is like a co-ed bathroom, and two, why is it just like completely open? Like, right? I mean, you kind of have to expect. Alyssa rushed at me. I wonder what would have happened if we actually went down her route. And why is it black again? Is it like censored because of violence, not nudity this time? Wait. Oh, because he's naked. That's right, he's still naked. Covering my butt with one hand and holding my clothes with the other, I ran into the woods. Oh man, that's not cool. I mean, now they're gonna think I'm crazy running around naked in the woods. It seemed the best solution to me at the time, as showing up naked in the middle of the camp, accompanied by two screaming girls, wasn't a good idea. I ran without looking back, and stopped a few minutes later to catch my breath. It seemed that there was no pursuit, so I managed to save myself. But at the cost of lacerated, scratched, and bleeding feet, I had no time to put on my boots. I sat on a tree stump and sighed. Sometime later, having dressed already, I left the forest. I need to decide what to do next. My feet are hurting, so I should go straight to the infirmary. But on the other hand, my stomach isn't going to wait either. Maybe I should accept Electronic's invitation, or head to the canteen in hopes of finding something left to eat there. Infirmary. Let's go hang out with the nurse. I was always took good care of my health. Okay? And even better care at the times when something starts to hurt badly. So without hesitation, I made my way to the infirmary. But right in front of the door, I stopped as if some serious force was holding me. I had absolutely no desire to face the camp nurse without any urgent need, but on the other hand, I almost did. Oh, so they're actually not going to let me? I thought I had choice. I almost did a great deed yesterday defending the infirmary. Oh, for that mysterious apple. So in some sense, she owed me. Oh, we do get to go in. I took heart and opened the door. Hi, Pioneer. Hello. I'm sorry that I was so late yesterday. It wasn't a problem at all. Oh, the apple's gone. Why have you come? Are you sick? She smiled slyly. Well, I got my feet a bit... You got a bit what? My feet. I gave a stupid answer. Okay, show me. I sat on the couch and took off my boots. How did you manage that? I better keep silent about what happened near the washstand. Well, okay, never mind. Wait a second. She rummaged in a drawer and took out a big red pill with a cross-shaped notch from a vial. What's that for? Or is this... Yeah, what is that for? I was disturbed by the size of the pill and its strange shape. They are broken in halves, usually not in quarters. Oh, that is weird. This is to make the amputation... Wait, this is to make the amputation of your legs unnecessary. Okay. What? Oh, great. Is it like a tetanus pill? Well, that's like rust, right? Alright, nothing. Don't be afraid. Oh, I didn't notice her eyes are different colors. Nothing. Don't be afraid, Pioneer. You take it, and it will be alright. And this pill? Why does it look like that? That's for patients who refuse to take medicines perioally. Or orally. Why can I not say that? Oil. I keep saying that. Okay, I'm not gonna try anymore. I failed so many times with that. We screw it into them with a screwdriver then? She's just messing with us. What is this? I didn't dare to ask where they were being screwed in, actually. I mean, if it was a suppository, you wouldn't need to get screwed in. You just insert it, man. So don't worry. And now try to bear it a bit. Just take a big pack of cotton wool, wrap a bud. Like, why is this? Is this necessary? It's just for the sex appeal, I guess. Wrapped a bud with it and applied plenty of iodine to it. I braced myself for the torments of hell. Or I don't know. I moaned quietly. Ugh. But my trust in this method of disinfection was much higher than in the odd pill, so I had to withstand the burning. Yep. Oh yeah, her eyes. Huh. I think I actually did notice that before, I just forgot. Now it's done. I forgot what that condition is called when you have two different color eyes. I put my boots on, tried to walk. My feet were still hurting, but the sharp pain was gone. Thank you. Don't mention it. Drop in any time, Pioneer. Alright. I said goodbye and left the infirmary. My health problem was resolved. Or was solved? Was solved. It's the right time to eat now. I guess we're not going to take up Electronic on his offer. I really should have done that instead. Man. The day had just started, and I've gone through so many things already. But I did it, and now I have legitimate grounds to fill myself up. Today, I wasn't the last one, so I could choose a free table. Lunch included pea soup and mashed potatoes with fish. It was a major disappointment to me, as I don't eat fish in any form, and hence will get fewer calories than usual. I'm with you, man. I'm not a huge fan of fish. Soon, Slavia and Lena came to my table. Can we? She smiled nicely. Yeah, or yes, sure. I stood up and pulled a chair out for her. Oh, that's nice. For whom, though? Please. I was in an excellent mood at that moment. Enjoy your meal. Saying that, Lena began staring at me and continued for some time, but then, after realizing how oddly she looked, switched to her plate. You too. Do you have any plans for today, Semyon? Nope. I gave her an honest answer, and indeed I had no plans, except for searching for answers, but that was more like a global goal. Do you want to take a boat ride to the island with us? Oh, there's an island? The island? Or the island? Well, I think I've seen it from the pier. For what? Olga Dmitrievna asked us to gather some strawberries. That's pretty cool, wild strawberries. There are a lot of strawberries, and they're so delicious. I can imagine the taste without even eating them, or eating it, just by looking at Slavia's face. Strawberries. And what are those for? I don't know, but it's indeed a great idea. Well, indeed it is. Moreover, I haven't been to the island yet. Yeah, sure. Alright. Within minutes, we were already standing at the pier. Well, here is the boat. Hang on, I'll go and fetch the paddles now. I was left face to face with Lena. Do you like strawberries? Well, not really, but they're tasty. Lena smiled. I see. I didn't know what to say next, how to continue the conversation. If Slavia didn't come back, we could probably sit here till evening without saying a word. Here you go. She handed me a pair of hefty paddles. What about, like, safety vests? Right? Wait, where is the island? Can't even. It's just a boathouse. Yeah, thanks. Oh, why does she look like so? Well, I guess that's what she usually looks, right? We got in the boat. I untied it, pushed it off the shore, and tried to start paddling. Yeah, that's not safe, guys. You need safety, like life vests, even if you know how to swim. And where exactly are we heading to? Right there. She pointed her fingers at the island. That island is called the closest one. Oh yeah, those islands. I remember that. I wonder what captain gave it such an original name. Well, the island is indeed closest or close to the shore. Aye, aye, Captain. If only I'd known what was waiting for me ahead. I wasn't an experienced oarsman. I rowed a boat just once or twice in my entire life. It was less than half a mile to the island, but we were making our way in zigzags thanks to my skills. By approximately the middle of the trip, my arms hurt so badly that I dropped the paddles to get some rest. Well, aren't there any strawberries anywhere else? I mean, more accessible places? But the tastiest ones grow there. Slavia gave me a puzzled look. Is it hard for you to row alone? Lena, unlike Slavia, understood everything straight away. Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, I couldn't let a fragile girl help me. the rest of the way, I spent concentrating on staying alive while getting to the island. Slavia, it's like a... Oh, sorry for the divergent thought, but it's like... I kind of feel like this day so far is like a complete different like mood compared to the last day, right? With the whole like dark corridor thing. And now we're just like in the sun, rowing boats and whatever. Anyway, sorry, that was just a random thought. Slavia and Lenya, now, instead of Lena, discussed something, but I wasn't listening. That was too much for me. At last, we arrived. Actually, it doesn't look that far from the boathouse. Completely exhausted, I got out on the shore and looked at the boathouse. It seemed so far away that I felt like a first person on the moon watching the Earth rise. Here you go. Slavia handed me a basket. It was a small island, barely 100 meters long, and it looked more like a birch grove with even rows of trees covering its entire surface. A calm green sea spread beneath our feet, with wind causing lonely waves on the surface from time to time. The island looked like a lost paradise. It's no wonder that the most delicious strawberries grow just here. We've got to split up. That way, we'll do the job faster. Yeah, sure. But there are only 2 baskets. Oh, how convenient. How about you come with me? Said Lena humbly. Oh, you're right. My bad. So how are we going to split up then? Of course we go with Lena. Let me go with you. Let's go. Okay, that's fine. She grabbed the second basket, or Slavia grabbed the second basket and ventured to the opposite side of the island. Well, let's go? Yeah. Lena smiled. Just pay attention. Don't leave a single berry behind. I don't see any berries here. You too. So it was harvest time. Indeed, the strawberries here were delicious. I could probably eat them all if I didn't stop myself in time. Despite being wild grown, the berries were close to the garden ones in size and had a rich red color, so it was clear that our visit here wasn't in vain. Lena followed me closely, as we had only one basket for the both of us. I felt like a real mushroom picker, examining each shrub and carefully pawing the grass. Well, you're much better than me. Am I? Frankly, I'm not even counting them. Yeah, you're right. Or right you are, sorry. The basket was already half full. You must enjoy nature, right? Well, not really. Oh, no, I do. Okay, white flash transition. Because the bright sun pierced the treetops and blinded me for a second. I sat down on the ground and leaned against the tree. Still, it's so beautiful here. Lena sat down next to me. So close that our elbows touched. Yeah. We just sat and enjoyed the moment. It seemed like time stood still. The wind gently shook the tree leaves, some bugs lazily hopped around the grass, and splashes of sunlight played on the faraway water surface. Aw, she fell asleep on me. Lena put her head on my shoulder. Has my hair color been changing? I guess it's in the sun. I was gonna say my hair looks, or I thought it was browner, like a darker brown. Anyway, I was surprised at first, but then I heard her regular breathing and thought that it's just a matter of course. She probably felt drowsy and wanted to take a quick nap. Oh, my hand. Look at my hand! I'm such a player. Semyon, you're a dog. Look at you. Grabbing her on the waist. I just sat there and didn't think of anything for a few minutes. But then words started crossing my mind with ultrasonic speed. Lena, so close, sleeping, so warm, so gentle, so creepy. Feelings. I gazed at her. She had such a serene, such a tranquil look on her face that it seemed that right now she's not here, but in some kind of better world. I don't know what would have happened the next moment if I didn't hear the voice of Slavia. Semyon! Lena! I shook my head from side to side a few times to come to my senses. Lena started to wake up. She opened her eyes and gave me an empty look. She looks mad. Or at least somewhat disappointed. Have a nice dream? Huh? Suddenly realizing that she had dozed off, leaning on my shoulder, Lena blushed. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. Slavia came over to us, so Lena rushed to get up. So how much have you got? I sighed. That's not a lot. Her basket was filled with strawberries to the brim. Well, it's enough anyway. It's time to get back. I grabbed the basket, and we headed back to the boat. The way back took less time as I tried to concentrate on rowing and ignoring everything else. My only wish was to get back alive. As the first trip hadn't gone without consequences, and now my hands started to hurt after only a few sweeps of the oars. Having tied up the boat, I fell to the ground with no energy left. Lena and Slavia leaned over me. Well, that's nice. Good view. You could have said something, it was so hard for you. Yes. Never mind, it's fine. I'll just lie here for a bit. Everything will be alright. Okay, then get those baskets to Olga Dmitrievna, please. We have something else to do. Oh, that's nice of you. Yeah, sure. I don't think he said it as sarcastically as I did, though. I was ready to agree with anything at the moment, just so I wouldn't have to get up. So I put the baskets full of strawberries next to me and headed to the square, happily chatting with Lena about something. The hardest part, they're gossiping about this thing, right? She's like, "Oh, how'd you guys get so few strawberries? What were you guys doing? Messing around?" She's like, blushes and looks down on her feet. She's like, "Oh my god, you guys did!" Okay, anyways, the hardest part is done anyway. That's what I thought before I got up and took the strawberries. After rowing, they felt like cement bags, even while weighing barely more than a few kilograms each. So the trip to the camp leader's cabin took much longer than usual. I had to stop every 50 meters to have a rest. Once I finally made it, I put the baskets on the ground and I sat on the deck chair with difficulty. Olga Dmitrievna, I've got presents for you." There was no answer. I barely managed to get up and enter the cabin. There was nobody there. If you don't need them, it's up to you. I laid down on the deck chair and fell asleep. What? I had a weird dream about a strawberry race. I was rowing a boat with my last ounces of strength, trying to escape huge berries that were chasing me. Man. My hands were failing me, and I could barely see anything because of the sweat covering my face. Blood was hammering in my temples, but the strawberries were getting closer. They were baring their teeth at me. But wait, strawberries with teeth? Semyon! Oh, she got her little hat on. I woke up. Olga Dmitrievna was standing beside me, shaking my shoulder. "I see you got a rich harvest, didn't you?" "Thanks to the girls' help." "Yep." "Okay, but that's not all. Seriously, I was just anticipating the lovely rest I was about to have." "Do you even know what these strawberries are for?" "Nope, not a clue." With an honest confession. We make a cake out of them. A single cake with a few kilos of strawberries. Okay, I see. Well, that makes sense. To honor the miraculous rescue of Shurek. And it's all thanks to you. It was clear that getting the strawberries wasn't the last thing to do. And why, please tell me, if I'm such a hero, why do I have to organize a celebration in my name all by myself? Well, I guess. So, I have an important task for you, of course. We're missing yeast, flour, and sugar. And I need it, and need it all in the canteen before dinner. So those who will make the cake can't deal with it on their own somehow? I asked pitifully. Of course they can't. All of them are busy. And you're the only one in the whole camp who does nothing. While her words were particularly true, that doesn't make it any easier for me now. Moreover, these words felt like a bullet to my head. So write it down. Flour, sugar, yeast. You'll get yeast in the infirmary. Why do you have yeast? Why do you have yeast in the infirmary? I hope it's not used from yeast infection samples. Flour in the library and sugar in the clubhouse. Why are you keeping cooking supplies in such random places? What do you need flour for in a library, and why do you have... Okay, I can kind of see why sugar is in the clubhouse. Because you were going to be like, oh man, I need a sugar rush to get through building this robot. I don't know. Wait, I have no time. I'm in a hurry. Good luck. Of course. She smiled shyly and left. Of course, there are a lot of strange things in this camp, but yeast in your infirmary? Okay, so he thinks it's weird too. Okay, I can deal with that, but flour in the library? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. And sugar? No, it's way beyond my comprehension. I spat on the floor. Okay. I don't want to, and I will not believe this. Just tell me you're pulling my leg. I would not be surprised if a crowd of fat green trolls would appear here right now beside me, with every one of them feeling obligated to laugh at me. So you think so I guess he feels like he's getting trolled. Oh, I never noticed this. What is this? What is that? Is it like a shed with like a wheelbarrow and like fire extinguisher? Or is that actually an extension of the cabin behind it? No, the cabin is actually a lot smaller. Alright, so maybe to hell with this cake. I weighed my options for some time. Of course we're going to do it because, you know. No, if such a major plan of Olga Dmitryevna fell through, I'd be in a world of hurt. And it would complicate both my life in the camp and my search for answers, which I've stopped for quite a while. It seems I have no choice. Back to the infirmary. I felt like I visited infirmary too often recently, yeah. But what can I do? That's how things panned out. I sighed and knocked on the door. Come in, the nurse said with a trace of a sing-song accent. Good afternoon. Olga Dmitryevna has sent me to get some, I hesitated slightly, yeast. Ah, sure, she gave me a broad smile. It's just that I don't have any, of course, pioneer. How so? She said that, well, I had some, but now there's none left. I didn't even bother asking why she had it in the first place. Well, don't you worry. You can have some aspirin, for example. That could be of use to me. Or that could be of some use to me, actually. Where do I get it, then? I sighed. Take this! She opened the drawer and pulled out some kind of bottle. Took a closer look. Ostankinsko? I don't know. Was a well-known brand of cheap beer in the USSR. Are we gonna like extract the yeast from the beer, even though I'm pretty sure when you make beer you filter out the yeast after you're done? Yeah, it was that kind of beer. What's the matter? Beer is also a fermented product. She gave me a deep gaze. Nobody will ever notice. Yeah, flat cake that's slightly alcohol. Actually, you bake out. When you bake, no, when you cook with alcohol, it burns off the alcohol. I don't know if it does that when you bake. She had a point, but everything just looked so grotesque to me that I couldn't find anything to say. Are you sure? Absolutely. Okay then. The bottle clearly wouldn't fit into the pocket of my shorts. Well, thanks. I mumbled shyly, leaving the infirmary. Well, beer certainly could replace yeast. Even my limited knowledge of chemistry and biology was enough to accept this. Really? Can you actually bake with beer instead of yeast? I thought you filtered out the yeast, but okay, I guess you could leave the yeast in. Maybe that's why it's cheap, because they leave the yeast in and don't filter it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you make beer. Like, I know generally how you make beer, but no. Generally, walking around with this bottle in my hands looked like a silly idea to me, so I decided to bring it to Olga Dmitryevna's cabin and hide it in there. Oh, it's gonna be great. But I had to reach it somehow without anybody noticing the beer. Oh, you can just put it in a brown paper bag. No, don't ever, no! I had the bottle under my shirt. Dude, you should just stuck it in your pants and tell all the girls, like, you know, you're just excited to see them. They'd just be like, oh, that's Semyon. He's always getting into trouble. And everything would have been fine, but Slavia called out to me at the square. Actually, she sprang out from behind me so suddenly that I even gave a start. How's it going? What exactly? Your search for ingredients. Ah, so you know already. Yes, I do. Slavia smiled. It's going alright, I answered, trying not to give away my unrest. And what do you have there? She pointed at the bottle sticking out from under my shirt. Ah, this! She got me. It's nothing. I blushed with a silly giggle. It's time to go. Oh, well, that's easy. I was almost running, leaving the square with the puzzled Slavia behind. It's great that she is one of those people who don't ask unnecessary questions. But there are people in this camp who like nothing better than to poke their nose into other people's business. Passing the pioneer's cabin, I stumbled upon Ilyana. Uh-oh. What are you hiding there? Yeah, this would have been much worse if we put it in our pants. She gave me one of her cheeky looks. I thought there was no point in denying anything, so I applied in a provocative manner. It's none of your business. I'm a cipher officer bearing a message to the headquarters. I kind of get that, but okay. That's certainly a big message. Wink. I was carrying the bottle at waist height, so I was slightly embarrassed. You want some help? I'll deal with it on my own. Okay, that was easy. I'm gonna run into Alyssa now too. I'm gonna run into like every girl. Try to get to the cabin. I walked past her confidently and proceeded on my way. To my surprise, she didn't say anything, nor try to pursue me. Oh, nope, we're good. There was nobody at Olga Dmitryevna's cabin, so I successfully managed to stuff the bottle under my bed. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. So yeah, let's go ahead and end here. We'll see if, I mean, you know, Olga's gonna like come in to the cabin, and for some reason she's gonna have some inclination to check underneath my bed. She's gonna find me with alcohol, and I'm gonna get in trouble, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with getting the rest of the ingredients if we get caught with this alcohol. Wait, hold on. So I'm gonna guess everything is not available, and we're gonna have to like substitute everything. So we're gonna get like, I don't know, baking powder instead of flour, and like salt instead of sugar. This is gonna be the best cake ever. Alright. We'll see what happens with this cake and this alcohol and all this stuff next time. So until then, thank you for watching. Bye.